The Springboks have defeated France in another epic encounter between the two great nations, where the Springboks won 32-17 in a very convincing fashion. However, the match was not without its controversies. We know in the 39th minute, the Springboks were given a straight red card when Lood De Jager tackled Thomas Ramos, which resulted in direct head contact. And of course, this is a matter that's still being debated despite the Springboks winning as to was this quite harsh? Was it actually a red card, or was it a bit excessive in terms of the punishment? And I would love to hear your thoughts. To be honest, when I first saw the incident, I thought this is, of course, I thought it's bad, but I was expecting a yellow card, but I was not the only one who was actually expecting the yellow card. If you look at the incident and you listen to the referee's recording, Andrew Gardner, the referee, initially tells his assistant referees to say this is a yellow card. As they are reviewing it on the big screen, he says that it's a yellow card. But as the discussion progresses, his assistant referees actually tell him that no, it's actually a red card, and you can see that Andrew Gardner, the referee, is not quite convinced of that. So he then refers it to the TMO to say, he's asked the TMO to jump into the discussion to say what are his thoughts. The TMO seems to echo the assistant referee's decision to say that it's a red card, not a yellow card. And so in the end, it seems more so that Andrew Gardner, the referee, was more so convinced by his team that it's a straight red. Of course, this has been a topic of debate, online since that has happened. Was it supposed to be a straight red? Some have suggested that perhaps at most it should have been a yellow card with a review, an off-field review, so while the players is off the field, then it's being reviewed to see, if there's any mitigating circumstances. To be honest with you, looking at it firsthand, it seemed like there were a couple of mitigating circumstances, So Thomas Ramos, number one, was very low. He was already on the ground, literally with his knees touching the ground. So the player being tackled is already very low. And the player who's actually tackling, which is Lood De Jager, is also quite low, But because Thomas Ramos was also quite low, he ends up making, contact with the head. Look, granted, to say that something that worked against Lood De Jager is that he wasn't necessarily wrapping his arms around Thomas Ramos, But even with that said, I still think there's still mitigating circumstances. The fact that both players were low. So to give a straight red card, I don't know. But obviously the Springboks, being the Springboks, managed to somehow win, that didn't stop them, it didn't rattle them. They managed to make the necessary changes. Siya Kolisi, being the captain that he is, he just basically willingly got substituted and allowed Esterhuizen to come in, and we know Esterhuizen can play both forwards and in the back line. So when it's scrum time, Esterhuizen played in the scrum, and of course in line outs and where required, he played in the back line. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think that straight red card was quite harsh? Or do you think it was deserved? Obviously now after the match, we'll also see what further consequences will come, if there'll be some sort of a ban. We're hoping not, but yeah, let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. If you have not done so already, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel quite a lot. I will see you in the next video.